assistant today. This dodgy bloke here apparently knows all about fridges. But what he doesn't know is he's got a noisy wheelbarrow in his bag. I'll spin that wheel. Come on, tell what you think of that. Listen.
I thought I had voices in my head, so I didn't actually pick up on this one, Paul.
I'm only supposed to be doing the brakes. This is what happens when the traffic turns up you've never looked at before. Right, okay, so this side apparently has got brake fluid leaking out. Yeah, right, what we've got is a leaky wheel cylinder all over the shoes, and there's no retaining spring here. I've got my special tool out to remove it, and there isn't one to remove, so I shall take that one off. I found some brake shoes which are Bendix, but I think these are going to have the adjusters riveted on. Not sure we're going to be able to swap them over. Okay, a bit further, we've got the brake shoes off this side. These are the spring clips. You can see they're completely manked up and rusted. I've got new ones of these in stock. More importantly, this wheel bearing, there's actual metal filings sitting in here. So quite how handle seized up, I don't know. Luckily, the actual axle looks good, so that's a good start. This wheel cylinder appears to be seized. Doesn't seem to be working properly, so I don't know what's going on. Just a complete assembled set that come off of Scrap Traffic, which I've got here as a reference point. I completely stripped the shoes down, and the issue is these ones have got that piece riveted, okay? And when you buy new shoes, if you're lucky, they come with the adjusters on it, but quite often they don't, and you end up with a hole there. And even if you drill the old one off, which is riveted on, it's too small and you've got no way of putting it back in that hole. Because I'm a hoarder, I've got spare ones of these clips, which is the modified bit that you used to be able to buy, and sometimes comes in a box of brake shoes with a clip, so you can use that instead of the rivet. Okay, so this is what I've done on this one. You can see that slide on clip. You replace the new springs on here. You can't really safely reuse these, but they should come obviously with the kit. But again, me being a hoarder, I've got boxes of this sort of rubbish. So that's that. So that's all fully assembled, and I'm going to put it back on the van, but I'm working with one hand at the moment. But this is one side ready to go on. I've got to put the springs on and on the van. Is he doing it yet?
Yeah, we're
He's not very professional. Right, Phil's fitted a new bearing with some grease. Got a new wheel cylinder with a bit of extra rubber grease to help it. I was going to put, this is the correct tab, and while I was looking at matters, I noticed on the other side where it's a bit darker, so I'm showing you on this side, that's a tab washer, and that's very important to be able to set the bearing up. This one is the one on this side, which had the noisy bearing, has actually got the tab washer, and will go in there. It's a bit butchered there. That sits in, that stops that from rotating. That's critical. You can actually buy these from Classic Traffics, although they're a bit thinner. It's better than nothing. So that's what I've got to put when I put it back together. Okay, stop there, mate.
All good, PC?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're just putting new grease in the bearings.
Yep.
Lovely new brakes assembled.
Oh, mate, look at that.
Cylinders, shoes, new retaining springs, new clips, handbrake, cable slackened off so that the arm goes fully back. This is the automatic adjuster, which I've just basically set so that the drum is a nice snug fit. I'm just going to put grease in this bearing, because obviously grease is important. So you need a bit of this.
Also the rubber grease you put in there.
Yeah, I put rubber grease inside the dust covers on the wheel cylinders just to help for vans that are sitting around for a while. It stops them seizing up. Okay, so this is the bearing. When you adjust the bearing, this is a nice slidey fit on there, see that? So when you're actually tightening that nut up, you're putting the two bearings closer together, and if obviously if you over tighten it, the two bearings are so tight it will seize up. Okay, so this bit, so I've got it off again. It's a lovely snug fit. Look at that, so snug I can't even get it off. There you go, right there.
Another reason to have a perfect running bearing is these axles here, guys, will cost you an absolute fortune, and they're rocking all shit to get.
Right, here we go. I've got grease in the bearing, grease on the bearing. This, I've adjusted it so it should be a nice snug fit. Okay, you want about that much movement initially. If you do it any tighter than that, you might have a problem. Okay, then put the bearing in. Yeah, put that on there. You find a tab washer with a tab in it, which sits in there. And then we need a new BMW nut, which we haven't got. Oh no, we've got a genuine one. Look at this. This wheel bearing kit even comes, whatever make this is, comes with a new nut.
Look
That's
at
exciting. That's exciting. Have I got a screw on there or not? I don't know. I've tried it yet.
Nice nut.
Look at that. See, so that's got a nice
Beautiful pair of nuts on my back wheels.
edge. We've done the other side.
Check my new nuts out.
Right, put a new nut on. These nuts here have been used too many times. I'm not happy to reuse those. No way of knowing they're going to tighten up in the correct place. So this is a BMW E36 drive shaft nut, which is 30mm, same thread, M24 by 1.5. Using a spanner, I'm going to stop. You literally just nip it up to where it stops. Okay, you can feel with the spanner that that's too loose, that's too tight, and at that point there, okay, I'm going to get a hammer and chisel and bang that down. I can't obviously hold the camera while I do it, so I should have to pause it and show you what the end result is in a second. A slight oversight between the two of us, neither of us managed to catch a piece of video of me getting a chisel and banging this bit down. Never mind.
Live and direct with Mr. Paul Cunningham.
Mr. Renault 139, I'll have you.
Yeah,
139.
that's my racing number when I was on.
Ah, you're rally boy.
I was doing banger racing, wasn't I, years ago?
Oh, you're a banger man.
Yes.
He's just inspecting my cam belt.
Paul? Not impressed. Right. Bloody hell, is it interviewing me? Right. This is the cover. Nothing written on it at all, so we've got no clues. I put the cover off. Unfortunately, this is the belt, which is completely slack, and this is a tensioner bearing, which isn't actually putting any tension on it, so it's just spinning there, doing nothing. And that one, obviously. So I'm afraid it's going to need a cam belt kit before we go much further. Obviously, I could potentially tighten it up, but then it might put strain on it and it could break. So I'll just put this nut back on. But nothing I can do today because I've got no cam belts in stock, and I was only supposed to be doing the brakes, wasn't I?
What's a guy?
Yes. Anyway, right. I don't want to go up the cat.
Yes.
Lunch. Right.
Let's
That's
have
it.
some grub, boys.
Right. We've just come back from lunch at Morrison's because I was hoping to get this done, but I got too hungry and too thirsty. Right. I tightened the cam belt up a little bit. It's at least 2012 is the date we found on the cam belt, so that obviously needs some attention.